I'm Ella Deepold, a student at The Ohio State University and a customer of the Bier Stube. The Bier Stube is a bar that was established in 1966, and now it's 2024, and it is unfortunately experiencing its closure. But I had the pleasure of sitting down with Craig, the owner, so without further ado, I give you the owner of the Bier Stube, Craig Kempton.
From technically Massillon, Ohio, Perry Township. I moved to Columbus in '96 with a bunch of my friends. They all worked at the Bier Stube, like my best friends. So when I got here, they were like, well, you have a job because you're going to work the door for us. And I was like, okay, cool. Immediately, I started working the door at the Stube in '96. And from there, just became a job. The owner at the time, Doug, who was the owner since 1979, he was the second owner of the Stube. Around 2003, he decided to purchase another bar. When he did that, he's like, do you want to buy half of it from me down on campus? And I said, yeah. So at the time, I was like 28 or 29. And then that's how it went. It was just a 50-50 partnership. And then Doug passed away 4 years ago now. And then when all that went down, it just became mine. The campus life is way different from what it used to be 20-25 years ago. The Stube is part of a plan that was started probably 25 years ago. They got rid of bars and put more apartments. And I've always knew that we were going to be on the chop block because we never owned the land. The Stube was kind of more like like when you go home and you have that one bar that you can go to. It felt very homey there. The staff never left. We've always had the same staff, and so everybody kind of knows you, then they recognize you, and it's nice when someone comes in and is like, hey, how you doing? It's sad the way the campus has become. We were merely just renters. So there's Short North that was getting fixed up, and then there was campus. And then finally, we were like the only ones left. And you knew we were next. You just didn't know when. Alumni literally come back and they say the same thing. They're like, where are we supposed to go now? Like, we have no other spots. They're not going to go to the Applebee's on thing or Chili's or Starbucks. There's nowhere to go. I had a lot of people tell me that this will be their last year because they just don't. They'll go to the game and just go home. I hate it. I mean, I hate it. I think we're blessed that we got to stay around as long as we did. I just wish we literally could picked up the Stube and just like moved it back 2 blocks and it would be just fine. But we're on High Street, and High Street now is commercial land. I don't think anybody that truly knows this campus likes it. Everybody was so sad. Like, people were crying, like legitimately crying, saying, you know, I met my wife here. These are my kids hang out. My grandchildren hang here. So what's next? I took all the wood, I took the bar top, I took the jukebox, I took the speakers, I took the light fixtures, I took everything. Now, finding a spot, I've looked at a couple spots. I don't know, expensive. It's just gonna take time. So, rebuild the Stube, maybe give people a place to call the Stube again. What's the name gonna be? Bier Stube, that's it. Not Bier Stube 2, not Bier Stube. I've heard that, that's pretty good actually. The only advice I would ever give is just, I just worked hard and I loved it. But see, I loved the job. Like, I loved it. As much as I, was there like hours and so tired, but I loved it. I would thank the community, family members, patrons, regulars, staff. The support has been great. The support has been great for maybe the future. So long live the Bier Stube forever.